Hey everybody, Alonzo here with Gulf Coast Smoke, and today we're making Philly cheesesteaks on the BLACKSTONE griddle, two different ways. So here in my household, we love to do comparison videos if you haven't already been able to tell. So today we're doing another. Provolone cheese versus Cheez Wiz on these Philly cheesesteaks, and we're gonna let you know which one we think is best. Now, I have to be completely honest, I haven't had very many cheesesteaks in my life, but I know that this one's gonna turn out killer. So we actually have all of our ingredients here. We have some bell peppers and onions already chopped up. We got that Cheez Wiz we talked about. We have two nice choice ribeyes that I picked up from my local HEB. We got that provolone cheese, and we got that homemade bread that my wife made. We'll be dropping a recipe for that soon, so be on the lookout for that. Now, what I'm gonna do with these ribeyes is actually slice them up real thin and then cut them into some cubes. What we're looking for is we're looking to get a nice thin slice of meat that we can get a nice quick sear on. These are gonna cook really fast. It doesn't take too much time at all, but you do wanna make sure you're using ribeye for these because that's where you're gonna get a lot of that great meat flavor. And the other thing is, don't season these right away. Let's wait until we're actually searing them off on the BLACKSTONE and season them while we're cooking. We don't want the salt to pull too much moisture out of that meat. We're cutting it really thin, like I said, so we want to keep all the moisture inside the ribeye. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is slice these up. I let them sit in the freezer for about 45 minutes. They're not hard at all, but it's going to make it a little bit easier for me to slice these into thin slices. So let's go ahead and slice these up. I'll show you what I'm going to do there. Okay, so you can see right here, there's some fat on the outside of the ribeye, and there's actually some fat that runs right through it. So this part of the ribeye is actually called the cap or the spinalis. So this fat actually separates the two. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim this fat out here, and I'm going to remove the spinalis and try and get some of this connective tissue out of there as well. Like I said, we don't want to be eating too much of that in our sandwich, and we're slicing this really thin. So let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. Show you what we're going to do. And here you can actually almost rip it apart. You can see here it's pretty simple to do. There might be a little bit over here you got to take care of, but like I was telling you guys, this is all fat. I mean, look, that's not meat, that's straight fat. So you don't want that to be in your sandwich. Now, this isn't a prime ribeye, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's not that much marbling running through it, but you can still see a little bit. It's not so bad. Right now, it's actually not very easy to find meat. You guys probably all know the struggle is real. So we're rolling with choice today, but no matter, these are still gonna turn out delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep trimming these up. And then, like I said, we're gonna slice them real thin, get ready to cook. And you can see how much fat is there. We're losing the smallest amount of meat, and we're not too worried about that. Hard fat, that's not going to taste good. You do not want to be eating that. I mean, if you were searing over a hot fire, for sure, but in this case, we're not too worried. So, like I said, let's cut this into thin strips now. So after you slice them thin, you can kind of put them into little cubes here, and you can see that this is really what you want. You can see the meat, you can see some of the marbling running through, but this is what you want. This is what's going to cook down really, really well. So make sure after you're done slicing thin slices, you can see that's really thin, that you go ahead and also turn them into like little cubes, rectangles, something like that, and they'll turn out absolutely perfect. Okay, so now that we have the meat all cubed up and sliced really thin, let's head outside, let's get that Blackstone griddle ready, and then we're gonna start cooking. Okay, so now I'm in the backyard. I got the kids playing on their play set. I got my son hanging out in the background. I got my wife behind the camera, but we're ready to start cooking. Sorry if you can hear my kids in the background. I've told you before, I'm a father of 3, but it doesn't matter. It's what we do around here. We love to cook. This is just how we do it. Okay, so first things first, we want to get these vegetables on the griddle. So I'm going to talk to you real quick about how I set up the zones here. So I have 4 burners. These 2 over here are on full high heat. This one is off and this one is low. We'll use this one over here to go ahead and get our buns nice and crispy later, and also heat up that Cheez Wiz. And that's really what we're doing with our setup here on our Blackstone griddle. So now we're going to go ahead and get these vegetables on. I'm going to use some olive oil, and we're going to go ahead and get these onions nice and caramelized. And we're going to get these bell peppers nice and caramelized as well. So let's get right to it. This is already smelling so good, I promise you. As soon as these vegetables hit this Blackstone, you can smell it. You can smell those onions, those bell peppers. This is gonna turn out so good, I can already tell. Okay, these vegetables have been hitting that heat here for about 3 to 5 minutes already. They're starting to look really good, but I wanna hit them with some seasoning. So what I'm gonna use here is actually gonna be that AP seasoning by Killer Hogs. Malcolm Reed, one of my all-time favorite pitmasters. You guys already know. I love this stuff. Put it right on top. Start to mix it in. Okay, so the vegetables are just about done. Now it's time to start getting this Cheez Wiz ready. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna take that delicious Cheez Wiz straight out of our bottle. We're gonna pour it right in. This isn't gonna take too long, so make sure you keep an eye on it. I'm gonna go ahead and put this off to the side on low heat. All right, so the vegetables are just about done. You can see the color on them. They're looking absolutely delicious. We're gonna push these off to the low heat. They're gonna cook just a little bit more, but now it's time to get that ribeye on here. We're almost ready to make our sandwiches. Now it's time to cook this steak here on the Blackstone. Let's go ahead and get some more olive oil down. This is gonna be pretty quick, so watch out. In about 3 minutes, we're gonna hit it with some more of that AP, and then it's going to be time to get these things together. I'm so excited to see what's going to be the winner. Stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss the end. So it's literally been 30 seconds and you can see already this is getting cooked pretty well. So keep an eye on this meat. You are not gonna want it to go ahead and get overdone. But man, this smells good. I haven't even hit it with that AP yet. I'm super excited for you guys to see the end of this one. So it's been about 3 minutes and you can see that this meat is just about done, but we haven't hit it with the seasoning yet. So let's go ahead. We're gonna go right back in with that AP rub. Toss it up. If you could smell this right now, I promise you, you would be salivating. It smells so dang good. I'm super excited for this one. Thanks for sticking with me so far. Everything is looking and smelling really good. Now it's time to get these buns nice and brown, and then we're gonna make these sandwiches. Okay, let me show you these buns. Now it's time to start assembling our sandwiches, but I did get them a little toasty, so let's take a look at them together. Yep, those look really good. So let's go ahead and let's get these sandwiches assembled. Let's get our ribeye. Let's try and make it even. 2 stacks here. The veggies over top. Now don't forget, we're doing a comparison video today. One of them's gonna have provolone, one of them's gonna have Cheez Wiz. Let's go ahead and get the provolone over here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up so we can get that cheese nice and melty. Okay, let's go ahead and get this first one together. This one's gonna be that Cheez Wiz. Top with some Cheez Wiz. I'm making a mess, sorry guys. That looks delicious. Gigantic, cheesy, amazing looking sandwich. All right, so pardon that Cheez Wiz fail. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't even thinking about it. I dragged it all over the griddle, but it's all good. Barbecue, it's what we do. We sometimes do it not the right way, but hey, these are still gonna turn out killer. Let's get right into it. Okay. I was excited for the Cheez Wiz one, but man. Holy mackerel. So I can't take it any longer. The smell is killing me. I have to slice these up and eat them. Everything was super simple out there. Besides the fact that I drug Cheez Wiz all over my griddle, everything turned out perfect. The cook was super simple. You can see you can do this on your griddle outside. You can do this on a cast iron inside. Just cook. Just try it out. That's what this channel is about. Bringing you guys a little bit of knowledge, showing you that I cook no matter what. I got my kids in the background screaming. I got my dog running around. I'm spilling Cheez Wiz everywhere, but it's okay. Barbecue, it's what we do. This is the Gulf Coast smoke way. I'm gonna go ahead and slice these up. Let's take a look. Okay, time to try these out. I'm so curious which one's gonna be better. I'm not gonna lie. I did the Cheez Wiz one first and I was like, there's no way the provolone one's gonna be better. I know how Cheez Wiz tastes. It's amazing. But man, as soon as I saw all that melted cheese on this steak, I don't know. I just have no idea what's gonna be better. So let's get right into it. Provolone first. Excuse me. You know I get messy when I eat. Wow. Absolutely delicious. The vegetables are still tender. I can taste that AP seasoning. I can taste that delicious ribeye. And that provolone cheese melted just tastes so creamy. It's delicious. I don't know if the Cheez Wiz can beat that. I'm not going to lie. That was really, really good. But this is a comparison video. So let's go ahead and try this one out too. I don't know. Cheez Wiz.
Better?
Mm-hmm. Man, the Cheez Wiz, instantly you taste it. Delicious. Gives it a little bit more saltiness. Creamy, still hot and warm, gooey. I have to give it to the Cheez Wiz. I mean, I know I just said the provolone was going to win. Well, that I thought it couldn't be beat. But as soon as I took that Cheez Wiz bite, I knew the Cheez Wiz was better. I know that in Philly, they do cheesesteaks more like the Cheez Wiz style. And I can see why. Delicious, simple, such a good meal. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. It means so much to me from the bottom of my heart. If you guys are ever interested in any merchandise, barbecue rubs, salsas, hot sauces, you can go to gulfcoastsmoke.com. Support me directly there. I'm trying to do something different here. I'm trying to do a lot of comparison videos. I'm trying to show you my everyday life. Right now, we have a lot going on in the world. Coronavirus is something super duper serious. Please stay safe. Please stay sanitary. Hey, if you're not a subscriber and you like what we're doing on this channel, go ahead and subscribe. My wife and I put a lot of work into this. We really, really love what we're doing. I promise you, we're not doing this for any other reason besides we love cooking. And I don't know what it is. Barbecue kind of changed my life. We're going with it. But hey, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.